Hey everyone, it's Kai, and it is time for top decks again. This week, I'm going to try and go through it very quickly, as fast as possible, because a lot of decks have basically been figured out in the set 2 meta for Japan, and basically we're just waiting for like the set to be released in English to see if there's any more innovations there. So I'm going to kind of try and go through quicker than before, because I know the last few videos have been just taking forever. To make it go faster as well, I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm really hungry, so hopefully that's gonna make me go faster. So yeah, Kelvin bot is not here, it's under repairs. I think I'm going to be alone for the next couple of weeks as well, because we're just still in the lockdown, so unfortunately, just solo queuing the whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Remember, if you submitted VG top decks, we have separated the regions, so if you're playing JP format, you're at the beginning with all the JP locals, and your deck will be featured at the end of each archetype. But if you're submitted an English deck, then it will be featured in the English section. And if you submit it for other formats like V and Premium, then that's in its own section as well. So let's get started with Nirvana. Here we have Nirvana's kind of the interesting deck right now, because a lot of JP players kind of jumped on the Overlord train really hard, and the Nirvana kind of just went off for a bit and didn't do much. But slowly, I think we're seeing some trends of the Nirvana builds. Right now, we've seen like a lot of drops of Damari. We just don't see that anymore, which is pretty crazy. Like extra, a lot of people playing Aruna as well. More people running Virina, OG Virina. We used to see that 2 in the initial builds. Now people are running at 3 because, you know, after playing, you realize that if you're running like 4 Togashirashi, you have a lot of soul, so you can kind of afford more Soul Blast. But then we see like they totally dropped Virina Valiente, because overall the value of that card versus Urja is like way superior, and you've got better cards to run those slots. Now the trigger lineup is pretty interesting. We see draws and fronts, so there's an overall droppage in crits. So I think people are valuing like fronts and crits around the same, like at least a 20k fronts. But you know, draws people still kind of like, because they just want the extra draw. They want, even though they're 5k shield only, people are valuing the draw quite high versus, you know, just dropping it entirely. So pretty interesting here. Next Nirvana list here, we see that it's pretty much like a set 1 Nirvana list. I mean, anything can top out locals, even set 1, but Virina. But yeah, it's just set 1 Virina. Enough said. Next, we're moving on to the Carnation in Singapore. This is an interesting list here. We're seeing like 1 draw, 6 crit, 4 fronts. Interesting lineup, but then, you know, he's still running the Valientes. Still got on the two Virina train, cutting the Togashirashi, because I think that's like a 3, not a 4, right? Isn't covered. Yeah, if you're running 3, then you don't need, if you're only running two Virinas, you don't need 3 of this, pretty much. And then adding the extra aggression here. So that's an interesting take on it. This was the champion deck list, and then the run-up deck list was also another Nirvana deck. And I think that's no, this isn't the same build. It's running 3 Damari here for the multi-attack, and 3 Aruna. So still a low amount of Irregulars, and just totally cut the Valiente from this build. So that's pretty interesting. So pretty cool. Then next list we have is Saram from Singapore as well. And he went 4-0, won against Bruce and he's thinking of changing 2 of the grade 3 to the option that draws you 2 after discarding an overDress unit. So that's the Horn of Blessing, I think. But yes, he's running like 4 Valientes, 2 Damari for Urja, 2 Virina, 2 shields, 15k shields. So that's pretty interesting. 4 Tension Stead. Again, I've said before, the Tension Stead is much more useful now, I think, because just you have the counter charge of the Urja. So, and then getting the overdress, not the overdress, the Persona Ride for Nirvana is lots important, big important. But only 2 Trickster? Is that only 2 Trickster? He's also starting with a Trickster too, so pretty interesting. That's where he's gotten a lot of his slots from. So a pretty interesting list. All right, that's nice. That's good. Moving on to Overlords, JP Overlords. So we've seen a lot of Overlords in tournaments as well. It's basically the Dragon Empire deck right now, but the deck is very easy to build. This one's just running 15k attackers, intention steads, done. Very standard lists, This one's running Tribash, but the rest of, oh no, this one's one of those weirdo ones. I mean, I was just saying this is going to be a standard one, but it's another weirder one. He's running the, I think is it Dive Bomb? It's just the order that allows you to attack back rows. So we've seen kind of this extra control builds where you run this to be able to just control their field. I don't like it. I don't like it as much. You know, it's technically -1, but I guess controlling field and damage denying, it's a thing. It's a thing, and then you can pressure with crit like that. So I guess it's another way to take it. Here we see another one. It's 4 Tokashi Rashi is actually pretty interesting for an Overlord build. Usually we see them just run like that as the one-off, and then extra load on just the 15k shield and the tension sets of the extra attacks, but otherwise the rest of it's standard. Here we see he's only running 3 Tokashi Rashi, but he's running this card, this Tanya. To kind of, it's a come into play. You counterblast 1, you can grab a grade 0 from the drop zone, and then when you're attacking, soul blast 1 and give it grade 0 power, 5k power. Overall, the only reason I see you running this is just because you want boosters. Like, you just want boosters. Sometimes you get into a situation or you're playing against decks that can retire, because a lot of decks can kind of retire, or like there's like prison and things like that. Although you could just get the thing out of prison for 1 CB. But just being able to call stuff out of your drop zone, especially early on, you can kind of push, is pretty good for a deck that wants to be aggressive, which is this deck, right? It's just stable aggression, you know. Moving on to the next Overlord list, we've got just a pretty, I guess this looks pretty standard so far. It's got the is it the Velociraptor? Just the 10k boost, Tenchestead, yeah, all good. Only 2 Gojos, so this is kind of a more deviant build, but Gojo is the card you can kind of run less of. And then the last Overlord list we're gonna see today, no, what? Huh. Well, it's like an Overlord Virina list. I don't know, man. It seemed. I don't know. Okay, so. Why is it like this? Why is life like this? So yeah, you're running the Overlord package. You will be sitting on the Overlord. I guess you're running overdress cards just because they're kind of good beaters, you know? Like the Valiente hits like 18 base, the Urger is like a 20k, but you can't multi-attack with Urger, just don't forget, but it's a 20k base dude, and Virina has retire but kind of hits big, versus your other cards which kind of hit less big. He's running like 4 crits, only 2 tensions dead, but then he's running the Horn of Blessing, so you can the horn to be able to discard and draw. I don't know, this is such a mess, man. This is so greedy, super greedy list, man, super greedy, but he somehow won, so yeah. All right, moving on. Next we've got Bruce's, and I don't know, I don't think I need to talk much about Bruce's. It's mostly just standard JP builds where they're running multiples of the Helldive, but is this guy even running Helldive? So I can't see what this card is. It's like holographic. It's something. Is it Colossus? I don't know. It looks No, there's the Helldives. I got debated, yeah. 3 Helldives here. There's 3 Edens. This has to be a 1, right? This has to be a grade 1. But also, no, there's a crit. Is that the crit? It's got the rocket launcher, right? It's just, yeah. It's a standard build. All right, let's hurry. Let's move on. Bruce's standard build, right? 4-3 Edens. So seeing more Edens nowadays, in the Bruce lineups. Before we only saw the 4 Leonards, and that's it. But now we're seeing like 4 Leonards and 2+ Edens. 2+ Edens. So that's pretty interesting. Next is this guy. He's still running Colossus. Very, very disappointing in my opinion. I think Colossus is not very good, but sure. Next Bruce list. 4 Helldives, 4 Edens. This guy's on 4 Edens and 4 Leonards, and very, very high rarity. Very high rarity. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next we have is, this is where I'm looking for the Helldives. I don't see the Helldive. Oh no, I'm so blind. I'm so blind. This is what lockdown does to you, man. Your eyes stare at the screen for so long you can't see anything. 1 Colossus. I don't know. You can just, I think you can replace the Colossus with literally anything else. Like you can put a 20k shield in here, because that was kind of an interesting innovation that I've been seeing for a few times. This guy's running 3 Colossus, so you just can't let go of the past, it seems. Set one Bruce with all the Colossus, and yeah, cool, very standard. 2 Eden build. Where's the Helldive? Dude. I'm gonna play, yeah, well, spot the Helldive. They're also in great order, man, crazy. Dude, I think I need rest. I need to sit down. Person's running 20k shield, which is cool. Rest is pretty, except that card. And so this one is just, it's a Cyclone Cycler. So when it boosts, if your soul has 5 or more cards, you can counterblast 1. Put this unit into the soul, and then choose 3 of your front row units and give them 5k. So it's like your flex slot. It's not very important. I think you can really go without, but I think here he's kind of short on boosts, because, well, not really short on boosts actually. He's got 10. 10 is an okay amount. You could just probably play an Eden, like more Edens. Like really, it's not really required. 1 CB as well. Not a huge fan of that. So cool. Next one we have is another Bruce deck. This one's got 2 Mabels, only 3 Helldives, but 3 20k shields. So I really like the 20k shields. I like defense. You know, I like the defensive powers. This one, Bruce being able to do a bit of everything is pretty cool, right? Bit of defense or a lot of defense, but still doing 5 attacks is pretty much cool. And then here, 4 Helldives, standard build, 2 Edens. Next is 4 Helldives. Yeah, 2 Edens again. 2 Edens is the way. I think he was running less crits as well there. So draws in fronts. With Leonard, this guy is running heavy orders, right? Like 4 Helldives, 3 20k shields. No Edens. 2 Eden, 2 shields. So yeah, we're seeing like a trend here. Especially this lineup as well. Cutting crits for fronts, but still running draws and the shielding. To kind of maybe cover it. Because, you know, instead of you're running draws, so you don't have the crits, but at least you have some 20k shields as well on top of that. So that's an interesting trend to be going around. Yeah, we're seeing like fronts. Yeah, fronts draws. No extra shielding, I guess. 3 Edens to control the other game, 3 Helldives. This one is, oh yeah, 2-2. This one's only going 2-2, right? This is actually a different list. No draws at all. 2 Colossus. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, so this person following the trends, you know, more 20k shields, 7 draws, 4 fronts. I think one of these decks topped one of the team leagues, running 7 draws. So I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest. 7 draw. I feel like you're gonna deck out quite bigly, right? Big time. This one is 4 Helldive, and yeah, draws, fronts, cutting crits. Cool. Pretty standard build again. More Bruces, 3 Edens. We can you can kind of tell that there's so many Bruce decks right now. I remember last format where there was hardly any Bruce decks in Japan. Everyone's running Baromagnes, but now everyone's hopped on this tier 1 train pretty heavily. Another standard Bruce deck, just the 4 Helldives there. Here we've got Lang again, AGC Remote Fight Tournament, 4th place Final Rush deck, 3-1. I didn't play that well today, save mainly by opponent having bad luck and me having decent luck. Also, not ideal list. Lol, plan to cut draws from fronts. Yeah, I think like draws, like looking at the JP list where they're running so many draws and then cutting crits for fronts, feels kind of weird, because this deck overall can deck out because you soul charge quite a lot with Leonards and Marjorie's that you can, yeah, just go through a deck very quickly. Your opponent heals like once or twice. That's you're heading out to deck out world, right? So I hear a lot of people want to cut fronts, but again, you know, draws kind of help you save your early game in a way, because getting the extra advantage, being able to commit early and just killing regards, drawing into Edens and things like that, I think that can kind of save it, but I don't know. So we're also running two of the defensive orders, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty nice. Good job. And then we got Nick Jack 23 playing on the Deuce Remote Fight server. First place was David Stardy playing at Dark States. So running a 3-1 split here. 4 Edens though. 4 Edens to control that mid game and put on that crit pressure later on. But yeah, it's a pretty cool deck, I think. Pretty nice. Cut the draw for fronts as well. So that's one of the big differences between the JP builds we've seen. Second place was Nick Jack himself. He was playing Zorga. And cool, you know, got the sharks, got the zombies, the trigger, not the trigger line, the order line. So 4 grief, 3 condensation, 2 ghost chase, 2 regurgitation, 2, I think it's like, no, it's a split between like 1 reclamation and 1 nectar. So a bit of everything there, which is what you'd expect from a Zorga build right now. And then, you know, I think he's running fronts, crits, and heals, which is correct, I guess. So yeah, good job, mate. And then next we have third place was Gary's Venus, just playing Bastion, right? Playing Bastion. Is he running any new cards? He's running Rafelsos, and that's it. No Pridefuls. So yeah, cool. All right, good job. Moving on, we've got Baromagnes. So Baromagnes, I think again, I've said it quite a few times, very budget deck. Very little changes as well. I think you run 4 of the new Crimson Expellers, which is a triple R, but I think it's like one of the cheapest triple Rs out there because no one wants to play Barrow. Yeah, pretty cool. Just put 4 Crimson Expellers, take out 4 like Colossus because it's just not great, and you're done. Take out the Crawlings for the new order, and yeah, good deck. All right, easy job. Second Barrow deck we're gonna see today is still running like 4 Brother's Soul is pretty tough because it still comes from the star deck. But again, you know, the 4 Crimson Expeller, you know, crits, fronts, the rest is just pretty standard right now. It's kind of, no one's really had to innovate much on this deck, so it just kind of builds itself. You're gonna find that in standard quite a lot. Same thing here. Pretty much the same as the previous deck we've just seen, right? Like nearly exactly the same, or exactly the same. And this is the last Barrow deck. It's actually kind of different. We're seeing he's running the PR, 3 of the PR, but this is high rarity. Still running 4 Crawlings and only 2 Brother Souls. So this is kind of like a 10 crit, 10 soul crit build. It's both the powers, I think. So overall, pretty, at least it's different from what we saw before, which is, I guess, nice. Moving on, let's go to Bastions. So we're going to skip through Bastions because there's literally no innovations for Bastions. It is pretty much take out draws for fronts, and then you might want to run some of the new order, and you want to run Rafelsos or Prideful Dragon. That's pretty much it. So let's kind of just go through it. Standard Bastion list. This guy's wanted to run new cards, but I'm pretty sure by next week he's just going to take them out and just run more of the old cards. Because he had to take out Reflux, and Reflux is still a very good card because it generates soul. Next we have here is just standard list. Standard list. It's nothing. 2 Pridefuls, 3 Rafelsos. Cool. Another one here. Yeah. Nothing special here. Again, nothing too special. Oh, he's running 2-1 order split. That's about it. Again, it's pretty standard list. What's that card? Is that a Bang Dream card? Is that a Bang Dream card? Is that Morphonica? Is it? Nice. Nice. All right. Good job. Good job for the card, I guess. Blaster Blade Highness deck. Well, Matt, not deck. But only running, it's got 4 order. So 1, 3, yeah, cool. There's a lot of Bastion lists. I think everyone's sick of seeing Bastion right now, right? Okay, Painkillers, whoa, yes. Playing against the meta, good job. This guy's also running some Painkillers too, to play against that anti-Lenard tech. At the beginning we saw a lot of YOLO builds, now we're seeing the anti-Leonard builds. With the 4 Painkillers, still running Rafelsos for the big plays, big boy attacks at the end. So nice. I just want to see Pridefuls. When I'm looking through these decks, I'm looking for look, 2 Prideful Dragons. Pretty cool. Like Prideful Dragon is a pretty cool card. It's a pretty bad card in my opinion as well. But just seeing it is like it changes. It like it brightens your day. You're like, oh, it's a different deck. Crazy. This one doesn't have it though, so we're gonna skip it. more Bastion. This is gonna be the fastest. I could probably go faster. All right, 2 Prideful Dragons. Cool. We have to stop at the VG top decks bits. I read them out. So depending on how many VG top decks there are, then the speedrun ends. Right, the speed on it. So 2 Prideful Dragon, good job. Good stuff. No Prideful Dragon. Oh, one of the Witch. I still rate the Witch. I think the Witch kind of fills in the weird counterblast slots, even though Form Up does it too. But this one still, it's a draw. It's literally a draw. So I like it. Oh, this person's running Lepisto, another different deck. Excellent. Rafalsos as well. Nice. Okay. Otherwise the rest of the deck's the same. This guy, 2 Rafalsos. Oh, 3 Prideful. Nice. Oh, great Bastion deck. But I think I've kind of like tabbed through so many that doesn't have it as well. So I think like at locals we're at the near, I think it's like a 1-3 split, something like that. Rafalsos, but no Prideful, I guess. Rafalsos technically is the better card. No, 2 Prideful, yay! We'll see it again. No Rafalsos? Okay, alright. And then I think I'm gonna head to, this is one of the last JP builds, 3 Rafalsos, 4 Form Ups, rest of the deck is meh. And then, oh, this guy, maybe there's no VG top decks. He's running the bait, but the rest of it is standard. And then oh, okay, we got Reticular VTuber here, Vanguard D Tournament. First was Kyon playing Bastion. So he ran Rafalsos. Nice. Alright, cool. Second was Makasen playing Baromagnes. Oh, maybe do we miss the Baromagnes? Maybe second place. I think second place with the limited amount of Indonesian I can read. I think it's not Baromagnes, it's actually supposed to be Bastion. So yeah, okay. Second place was also Bastion, and just running the Rafalsos as well. Third place was Dragonic Overlord. So pretty standard build again. Tented Steads. Oh, running the offensive cards here. Right. Aggressive Renos. I like. And then fourth place was third place was Gerald, and then fourth place is Paul Sanin, running Zorga. What? Looks more like prison to me. So I don't know. Maybe this is a Zorga. I can't. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but it looks a lot like prison. I do kind of like this prison build. We've seen a lot of the violet, but it's also running the melty heart. I like it. I like that card, man. That card is great. Cool. Next we've got some Hexaorbs. Hexaorb actually showing up, which is pretty cool. I think you pretty much put in every card that scries in the deck, and then your deck's done. And then go for not just triggers, right? Trigger well, trigger strongly. Here is another one here. 2 Lepisto. You're able to run Lepisto now because there's like counter charges and things like that in the deck. And then there's always Facade. So overall, the deck is pretty good. People say that this deck is being kind of slept upon. I kind of half agree, just because Bastion just works way better with a lesser brain power, and it's like tried and proven to work. This guy went a bit spicy. He's running the Blaster Eye chain, and I guess like I don't know. I rate the Pentagleam really strong, because you know when you ride over the Pentagleam, getting a top 3 check is insane. All right, you go, oh, double trigger coming up. Oh, I can just stack it anyway. I think that is insane versus like getting an extra drive check early. Yeah, or like an extra resto card or things like that. So overall, I still don't like mixing it. I still don't like mixing this, which is weird. Like, it's how it is. I'm just lame. Just a lame guy. Next we have is just pretty much just standard Hexaorb, I guess now. Running, well, we've got you know the Lepistos. You know, the grade 3 counts are still high just because grade 3s are good, but again the rest of the deck is just looking at top decks and winning hard. And ooh, nice cards. All right, cool. Next we've got Magnolia. This is actually Zorgnolia running the Zorga chain, and you know we have the seven orders here, all great orders, all really good orders. But then the rest of the deck is just kind of feels like there's a lot of triggers. Maybe I'm just looking at things. It's too shiny. I think the whole thing is too shiny. You know, you've got Gunacera, you got the 15k Tiger, Mantis, basically just good stuff plus the Damainaro now. and your deck just works with Wild Intelligence. And then next we have just a pure version. This is from Azar from Brunei, so the Brunei gang. First place was actually Azar himself with Soykea. And is this the moving deck? Is it, you got the Kuchi, and then yeah, I think it's the moving deck, right? So I like this build. I like this build of Magnolia just because it's really fun. It's like fun. It's like you just break all the rules, right? You know, Kuchi can only play it the back center circle, but screw that. Do whatever I want. Do whatever I want. So good job Azar coming first. Second we've got Sting playing Overlord. Yeah, Overlord, we've seen a lot of this. Third place we've got Bo playing Keta Sanctuary, and this is, oh, he's got the Prideful Dragons. All right, got the Prideful. I like how like a few people are just doing the baits with like the full bow, because one, full bow is pretty cool, but second, everyone's gonna be like, oh, is this a free win? Is I'm playing against Phantom Blaster? Is this a free win? It's like, nah, it's a Bastion. It's a Bastion, bro. And then fourth was Major playing an Overlord as well. All right, so Overlord, we see the Tribash. Is he running the back row order? No, all right, so I think it's good. No, I don't like the order. He's not running the order. Great. Next we've got Zorga. Zorga, the main deck is pretty much set in Zorga, right? You got like Hendrinas, you got X of the zombies, but you're not running 2 of the zombies because you're running the card that puts orders back into the drop zone. His order lineup is 2 Agony, only 1 Grief and Despair. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if I can agree with that, but he's running 2 Nectars instead, so I think he's capitalizing on the Nectar. I don't know. I still like Grief and Despair. Regurgitation, 3 Condensation, and 1 Wild Intelligence as well. I guess you can run it early. You can kind of try and mill orders or something like that. So I guess it's all right. Next, we've actually got an interesting one. Here is Nack. He actually won. His shop qualifier, but he can't win because he's an official Bushiroad employee. So the loser actually won. The person that he beat actually won. He actually won with a mid-range Zorga deck. So I mean, at least he's showing that he's got skills. If you don't know who Nack is, he used to be on the Tuesday streams and Friday stream. He had it in corner. Then he got promoted or something to sales. But was it sales? I can't remember. He got promoted, but now he's still around and he's playing Zorga. So if you're a big Nack fan, Zorga's here for you. You can look at. I mean, I think it's pretty good deck. It's a pretty good deck. The order lineup is the key here. We've got like 2 Agonies, 3 Grief and Despair, 1 Reclamation. He's running into Nectars, which is pretty interesting. And I kind of agree. I don't really like Nectars overall. 2 Condensation, 3 Ghost Chase, and 2 Regurgitation. So it's a pretty solid list. I have to say it's a pretty solid list. And he technically won, but then he can't win. So he didn't. Moving on, we have Brunei again. This was at the Hit Space tournament. First place was Danielle with a Stoicaire Zorga. So we can see pretty much just a Nectar focused again. But he's also got 3 Grief and Despairs. So pretty cool. A bit of everything. I think he's cut the Ghost Chase. Is it? What is? I can't really see the glare. Is that? Yeah, I can't. Is that Ghost Chase? I don't know. That requires a soul though, so it's not a Ghost Chase. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Next we have is a Sting again, playing Overlords. Did well. Third was a Koi playing Overlords as well. So looks Overlords taking a lot of spots so far. And fourth place was Major, also playing Overlords. So 1 Zorga and then 3 Overlords. He's got the order. That's why he came fourth, man. He's got the attack factory order. Moving on, we've got Prison. I think Prison is basically also kind of figured out. It's one of the big winners. Big wins from set 2. Just everything kind of making it decent. After thinking about the Violets, I kind of see why you can run the Violets, because you can commit them early and then push with it and then kind of intercept. Or it's kind of like a taunt, right? They have to attack into it, or it's basically just a perfect guard on intercept, just because it's a put, right? It's put. So it works from anywhere. But the thing is, like, the big thing is you can push early with it versus the order. The order can shut down entire turns, but the big problem with prison is that if you don't push early, you run the risk of like both players grinding it out and you losing because you deck out faster. What I don't agree is he's only running 3 Rouge. I think Rouge is just amazing. It's like 15k by itself, also a fat defensive. So yeah, run multiple Rouges, right? Multiple Rouges. This one is just pretty much standard, I guess. He's running 2 melting. He's running 2 of the order. So I like this. I like this list a lot as well. Cool. This person is just kind of, I don't know. He's running more control options here. I totally don't agree with that. You just don't really have space. I can kind of accept you running like more 15Ks just to bash more, but he's only running 1 turquoise, so not a fan. Moving on. This one is a he's running I think he's running the execution. We've seen some players running the execution card. I again don't like it because it's just I think it's like wasting space. And you're also running Lemons, so you don't really have anything to contribute to the prison. Like, you only need 3 of the prison before you're fine, and then a large portion of your deck does that. So running more of this without any endgame just doesn't feel right with me. So I'm not a huge fan of this kind of build. We got, it's like an armpit here. But yeah, this is I think this is just a pretty standard build of prison that's just working very, very well. So good job. Again, another easy. Oh no, this guy's got the, yeah, this is prison, right? Yeah, no, we've seen kind of this build from I think a couple of weeks back. So you run the corroding moonlight to be able to play it early because it doesn't interfere with prison at all. So you play it early to make like 15k Shadow Army tokens that you can kind of attack and then put them to the back and boost. So I actually really like this tech. This is a really good idea that I think people should explore a bit more. So good stuff. Next here we have just a pretty standard list running one of the order, which is again really nice. I do like the order quite a lot. And then you have like an end game, right? Your Lemon can getting stuff in the order zone, then you have like shut down turns pretty much. Especially against like things like Overlord and things like that. Leonard, when they restand, bam, no turn for you. Prison deck again, very standard. Looks like is that only one order? One order? Okay. Usually people run a lot more, so crazy. Next is another one. He's running Lemons. Is he like an endgame with this? No, he's running Execute. I think I think it's the same deck from before, but at a different tournament. So cool. Nice, I guess. And then here is, he's got them. This is good. So was Sky the person that topped with this list before? Can't remember. This is from Singapore. Caesar cards. First place was Sky Lim playing Prison World. That's a good name for it, man. Prison World. But yeah, I love this tech. This tech is it's actually really cool. I like it. It's a good job, man. Good job. Second place was Fum Wix. Oh, it's just like Fum WX, but yeah. Playing Bruce. All right, Bruce with the 3 Hell Dives. Cool. And then third place was Eugene, and fourth place was Bastion. But no deck lists for those. So pretty cool. Again, this tech. You guys need to explore this tech, man. I like it. You guys should like it too. Right. And then lastly, got Diotra with the AGC overdress stance. He got 12th with this deck. Could have done better. Tamari would be disappointed. Yes, she would be. She would be disappointed. But you're running 2 of the order, which is cool. So you are forgiven. You are forgiven. All right. So good job. And then lastly, got some Orfist. Now Orfist. Well, this is a very blurry. We'll go through this Orfist list pretty quickly and then go to the next one. Because it's too blurry. Istillates. This is the card that's been circling around. Just the effect is that at the end of each player's turn, both players have to retire a card. So you get more cards for free versus them. That's how you win. So cool. And then this is a nicer looking one. Is he running Istillates? I don't really see it, but there's a bit of glare. So that's Sag. It's Sag, but you don't really need to run it as well because there's a lot of other good cards that you can run. So yeah, overall Orfist, everyone is in kind of agreement that Orfist is a strong deck, but we just never see it versus Prison anymore, which is pretty sad. Because I don't think Orfist is quite strong, but I guess Prison is kind of, maybe people just want to play it because they've never been able to play it before. at like a good level, right? So yeah, I don't know. We only have 2 Orfist lists today, which is crazy. It's actually just crazy. But your prison is just the deck that has been taking over the storm. And I guess you can run the order, like the corroding moonlight, in prison as well, because we've seen like 2 lists now with it this week. So yeah, overall, I do like the new prison build though. I have to say, I really like the new prison build. So that is for JP. Let's move on to English, I guess. So we have a weird clan here. It looks like it is Mob Psycho. I had to feature it because it's kind of a meme, I guess. Jonathan Owens, Florida Overdressed event, first place. 3 players today, super hard event. Round 1 was a bye, and then round 2 he won because the opponent had to leave. So he got free store credit with, I don't know, he doesn't have a deck list. Like, if he joined without a deck and won, that is like infinite profit, right? So big wins. Just comes to show you that you can top even without a 333 yen start deck. You could just, if you just join the tournament, you have a chance of winning. So pick your locals well. Okay, so moving on to real lists now. We had the Cardfight Con Invitational. So Mr. Time, this was a content creator tournament, and it looks like Mr. Timely won with Nirvana, and then Cardweeb from Vision came second with Zorga, and then Winning Image came third with a Magnolia deck. And we can see the breakdown here. There were I think there was 16 people playing, right? So quarter of that was Bruce, so that'll be 4 people. And then there were so many Zorgas, really? And then 2 people brought Bastion, 2 people brought Nirvana, and then 1 of each at the end. So 1 Prison, 1 Orfist, 1 Baromagnes, and 1 Magnolia. So that's crazy. The lists themselves, right? I think this is Mr. Timely's list here. It's running the Trickster starter, which is like kind of like old tech, but you know, he likes playing that aggressive push, I guess, with Trickster. So that's that works. It worked. If it works, it worked for him. And then second was Cardweeb running Zorga. So is Zorga's really popular? Is that it? Like, you know, everyone plays Bastion and Bruce, but when they play casuals, they play Zorga. Is that why we saw so many Zorga? So good job, Cardweeb playing second. Third place with Winning Image, the only Magnolia play in the tournament. I think he did pretty well, right? If you're playing Magnolia, you're there to be all the Bastions, but then no one brought Bastions. No one brought Bastions. He's fitting 2 coochies, man. 2 coochies. Good stuff. And then fourth, we got Living Proof with the Bruce deck. You know, 3 Brodies, you know, 2 Jareds as well. It's amazing I managed to like fit everything in this deck. Because Bruce is very tight in this list. So good job everyone. I hope you all had a fun tournament, right? And then we've got Checkmate Vanguard. It's your boy back with these results. First place was Nirvana. You know, it looks like Western Nirvana. I'm catching up, maybe. It's the hype of JP Nirvana. I know Nirvana was really hyped in set 1, but you know, in English, looks like it's all coming back. And then we've got Shop and Dylan. Like a good father, I returned after getting the milk. After lending this deck to a friend for 2 weeks, I have returned to my child and won Outpost Antwerp locals this time. Experience gave me the advantage here. Obviously, my first matchup was, and then he kind of talks about his matchup. So, yeah. At the end, he says, "Be sure to support the homies. Take care." Good job. Yeah, good job. You did well, mate. Nirvana. Got your Nirvana deck back, I guess, right? It's one of those lend it to a friend and then never see it again kind of things. But, you know, after 2 weeks, 2 weeks is pretty good. 2 weeks, getting it back after 2 weeks, that's good. That's good. All right, so good job, Azura. And then we got Joshua Hazelwood. And finally, we see a Eugene deck. There has to be one every single week. There has to be at least one Eugene. No Eugene tops in Japan this week. But you know, English bringing it home with the 1 top. So good job, Joshua. Another local, another second place Eugene finish. So not first place, but you know, it's a top deck, right? I'll fulfill the prophecy one day, right? You know, everyone's going for that, gunning for that first place Eugene finish. It's like your achievement, right? Achievement, your challenge log. Got to do it at least once, right? But good job. You'll get to the rainbow. Soonish, I hope. Moving on, we've got Dark States. We've got Bruce. This is Rampy, my first overdress tournament with Bruce. All right, good. Placed 3rd in a local tournament, getting ready for the upcoming fronts. Yes, 20k fronts. I think we've seen a lot of Bruce decks, so just replace your fronts Even replace your crits. Oh, actually no, he's only running. Yeah, he's already replaced the fronts, or replaced the crits with fronts. So now you're just gonna get better fronts, right? So planning ahead. Good job. And then next we've got Maverick Martel. Last week's tournament in Budapest was won by a fellow Bruce player, led by an army of Bastions. So you know, Budapest, the Bees, the Bruces, the Bastions. It all makes sense. It's like Illuminati, right? So yeah, here's the first one. It's Bastion deck. Here's the Bastion. Oh no, Bruce deck. Here's the Bastions. Right. Here's the Bastion. Little Pister, and then more Bastions. I mean, I think everyone's. You know, you can't get enough of Bastions, man. It's insanity. I love Bastion. All right, good job, Budapest team. And then we've got Neil. All right, PTC PM remote fight tournament. Mother Sonicers didn't ride, but never punished. All right, never punished. That's big good, man. Never get punished. It's right. First place, Baromagnes. Oh, this should be in the JP side, but unfortunately, I don't know. I was too how do you call it? Tunnel vision. Right. So this should be in JP, but you know, it's still one. It's still top. Good stuff. Second place was Jovan with Bruce. So you know, 2 Hell Dives, 2 20k shields. There's 2 Jareds. Still running Jareds. All right. And then third place we've got Rizal with Prison. So yeah, I think this Prison list looks pretty standard. Only three turquoise, so not so standard. I think you should run through 4 turquoise, man. Turquoise is really good. Next we've got Jeremy. Won this week's locals of Bastion. Good stuff. 2 Alphins, so doing well. Again, nice sleeves. Great job. Shy, first out of 8 at my locals. One with the Lily Pichu deck, lol. Well, this deck only exists to beat Bastion and nothing else. My gamble paid off, so well, I guess his games are like Magnolia, Bastion, so yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Lily Pichu. I was surprised she voiced Megumi. I didn't know she was like a voice actor, or maybe it's like her first steps. But yeah, a great job. It's like 6 draws plus 1 over trigger. It's like 7 draws technically, but this is like in every trigger, right? Every trigger. So good job. Does he have the coochies? No coochies. Sad, man. You're gonna need it. You need that spicy tech. Sam, first place with Magnolia at Mox Valley Games. Oh, okay. Good job. Running draws. 5 draws in. Oh no, this is Magnolia, not Zorga. I was thinking it was Zorga. Yeah, no. Multi-draw in Magnolia is good. So, great job, Magnolia. He's played against 2 Bastions as well. It was like Hexaorb, Bastion. So, doing. I mean, Hexaorb technically doesn't really have that much early plays in English anyway. So, literally, if you can counter your meta, you can destroy it. So, good job. Next, we've got some Brand Gates. This is Sylvan Horn Beast. This is Chuni Megane. His name is too long. Yeah, this is SoCal Games and Comics. First place was Oye 1 with Seraph Snow. Only 1 Lamone, really? You got away with this? Alright, second place was Carl G with Keta Sanctuary Bastion. Yeah, like this deck should just kind of straight up counter that, right? But good job. Third place was Sean. This is Nirvana. Okay, alright, Nirvana doing work in the West. And then fourth place we don't have his. Wait, no, actually, no. Sorry, this wasn't Sean. Sean didn't submit a photo. This was actually Olitan Carlos playing Dragon Empire Nirvana. So, yeah, Shawnee unfortunately didn't show his deck, but this is Olitan doing well with Nirvana in fourth place. So, good job. Next, we've got the Derek Dow. First place is Tham. This is from Perth, right? First place is Tham playing Seraph Stone. This is How much money did he spend on this, man? This looks very expensive. Oh no, his Baromagnes is still. That's not SP. You disappoint me. You let me down. Alright, but good job, Tham. Second place was Derek Dow playing Magnolia. Doesn't he have to win with every deck? So this doesn't count, right? He has to keep on playing a Magnolia until he wins with it. So good luck, mate. Good luck. Third place, we've got Carmelo with Eugene. Third place, so okay. I guess another Eugene showing up is alright. Yeah. Ooh, is this like Eugene Arcs? Oh. And then fourth place we got Fraser Dearlove with Bruce. Cool. Yeah. Is it Brody? Yeah. Perf does their Bruce builds correct. Clearly because of Derek's influence. Right. Now we've got Chris. Mr. Different Fight he was the pillar of Orfist, but decides to take prison to his locals. So came first at Games Tower, Luxembourg, local stay with prison. So yeah, this is pretty much the prison list I think you'd be running in D right now, if it was right now. Because, you know, you've got Lemones, and that's kind of the extra oomph that you kind of want to get, right? So yeah, it does wonders for the deck. Actually makes it relatively playable. I think it's like a nice tier 2 deck, but it does work. You know, 15k attackers, pressure early, then now you can kind of half make a prison, or put on pressure to make a prison, and then get triple drive more consistently. So good job, Chris. You did well. And then lastly, for the English side, we have Team MLB TCG. Prison makes it to top spot. So good job, like Lamone, clearly doing work, right? Clearly doing work. Is it Niji Sanji? Oh, okay, good, cool. And then yeah, the rest of the deck is just kind of similar to a list where you have to still run the 15k attacker just to put on that pressure. And he's also, I think he's got draws instead. It looks. I think this is a draw, right? This is the draw. So. Good job. Second place was Nirvana. So Western Nirvana, pretty good. Running the 10k beater. Yes. Third place was Baromagnes. Haven't seen this in a while, I guess. You know, it was too used to set 2 for all the Bruces, but good job. And then fourth place was Bastion. This Bastion. Okay, so this is like the BTS McDonald's set, right? Control Bastion though, he's running Control. I haven't seen Control Bastion in a while. I think a lot of people swapped back to YOLO Bastion, which is I think I swapped back to YOLO Bastion. All right, cool. So that is overdress for this week. So it's actually a decent not decent amount, but like decent V results this week because of Dai Vangasai in Southeast Asia. So I think in Singapore, right? So this is Mervin playing the Suicide deck. Actually made it. Dai Vangasai V Premium went all the way. It came second with this deck. So yeah, this is pretty good. This is just your good old Astral. I'm not sure why they call it the Suicide deck. Is it because you run no grade 2s and hardly any grade 1s? Is that why it's called that? Does it have no heals? No, he's got heals. So yeah, why is it the Suicide deck? Right, why is it the Suicide deck? He played against Luwad, Davis, Anj, Anshir, Linkar, Gavriel, BMT Highlander, Gavriel, and then Beatrice. Where's the prisms? Where'd the prisms go? Wow, okay, alright, cool. Good job coming second. Then we got Ungwong Lang again. This is the remote fight tournament. I think he just finished. He submitted this list 5 minutes before I was gonna record this. So yeah, he's a start first win game. I mean, with this kind of list, of course, right? First place Regalia. Good job. And then next we have is the real Notorious set. A huge shout out and thank you to Different Fight for hosting FRF. I took first in Swiss, but losing in the first round of Top Cut. So yeah, it's a loss in top 8, but playing full is it full hollow? Dark Irregulars, which is still good, you know. So you still have the hope. You have this combo, Insanity combo, Hope on Dump, Insanity Finisher, and then you're just slightly more consistent now, getting to that extra billion soul or 13 soul, right? So good job. Nice, Matt. Now we've got Demo Dean. All right, thank you, Different Fight, for hosting another fun FRF 20 when X1 in Swiss, and then play second with Lupina Melody. Yes, at least finally someone has seen the way. Lupina Melody, really super YOLO deck. Unfortunately, I think he didn't go super YOLO in the last final match, but yeah, it's cool. Make huge numbers, 5 attacks, win games. Good job, Dean. Then we have I don't know, we got Hikawa Skies. While I'm doing this, it's 6:30 a.m. and I haven't slept. Divangus IV Premium. So this is playing. Looks like it's a Bermuda Highlander deck. So cool. I think played Bermuda Triangle, Gear Chronicle, Chronojet, Gavriel, Astral Port, and then lost to Astral Port in top 8. So a good job. What's with all there's a lot of Gavriel. Looks like SCA is just like Gavriel. No prisons. I don't know what happened to the prisons, man. Gavriel, Melody, everything. But yeah, good job with the Highlander. Actually, not a Beckham Highlander this week, which is pretty crazy. All right. Next we got Kuroneko, Dive Singapore 2021, V Premium. This is a Plon deck. Why'd you? I thought, yeah. What? Where is the prisms, man? Where is the prisms? They played against Highlander, Angelenka, Thavis. Then he played against Abai, and then Beatrice, and then in top 8, he lost to a Gabriel. All right, he stayed at 0 to Sir Camille, and then opponent at 6 crit. So yeah, sad. All right, at least good job. You made it to top 8 with Plon. And then lastly, we got Neil, Dive Angasai V Premium Tournament. First place was Jojo, playing GB Night Rose. All right, GB Night Rose. All right, is it really Night Rose? Oh, looks like more Beatrice to me. More Beatrice, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, good job, V Premium. Second was Mr. Smurf again. Oh, yeah, so this list. Oh, okay, so this was basically the entire tournament. It was actually the entire tournament. So this was the first place that beat Mervin. And then third place was Mr. Hong's BMT Ange. Yeah, so Ange, actually. Ooh, cool. Ange Lenka. And then fourth was Angel Feather VG with Stable Gabriel. So this one's not running the YOLO Hamiel build, I guess. Because it's got the hospital, it's got heals. Right, so pretty good. So Waram fan club taking 3 out of the 4 spots with Waram's blessings, it worked out. So WFC, so Waram? Okay. All right, good job, boys. And then moving on to premium, we have Silex here with the Neko Cards Monthly Premium Championship. My first ever premium tournament, came 3rd place. That's good. I like that, right? You know, first premium tournament, step in, have fun. Had a heap of fun and learned even more. Deck still needs work, but happy nonetheless. So lost in top 4, right? But it's premium Royals. And it's actually the Blaster build versus the Sanctuary build. So this one will get you decent amount of drives, like quad drive, with the guard restrict, and then you kind of combo off with the Jewel Knights, but you're sitting on an 18k body versus Sanctuary, which should be sitting on 13, but you get the extra attack. So overall, pretty good. Hope you learned a lot. Yeah, I'm extra defensive as well when you play Blasters, because you can run the Marin and you get the nulls and things like that. So it's a decent trade-off, I think. It's a decent trade-off for Royals. Next we've got Gritch, the ADC shop tournament. According to Trash Taste, got 2nd place with Best Girl, Misaki's Regalia. Bet Misaki would be proud. Which one's Misaki? Is it this one or is it this one? I don't know. Could be anyone. But just playing a straight up Regalia deck. You know, straight up Regalia deck. Is oh, that's the mat. There's a mat. Is that a mat or is that a table? I don't know. With Misaki. Looks, yeah. Is it safe for work? Look at this cheating though. It's got 2D and 3D. You have to choose one. You can't choose both. But yeah, good job with Regalia. Some old cards, crazy. Like oh, nice. Nostalgia, man. Next we've got Mervin again with my first ever premium tournament. Dive Angasai Singapore Discord. He came bronze, 3rd place with Murakumo and Dio. Good deck to start off with, I guess. Good deck to start off with. But yeah, it's shout out to Sonic Chris 98 for the Nui deck. Thanks for lending it to me the day before. Good. Look at that camaraderie, man. Good old lending decks. Next we've got Gritch again. 4th place is Dive Angasai Singapore for premium, with Brain Dead Tigers. So it's another Nui Dio deck. Yeah. P.S. Bushi, please hit this deck. Alright, that's basically what everyone's been saying. Awful deck. Terrible for the format. But, you know, it wins games, so you have to play it. So good job. And then we've got Gritch again. 3rd place at ADC with one of my favorite premium decks, Overlord. Yeah, so this is a Overlord deck. Honest Overlord deck. It's an honest deck versus the dirtiness that we just saw before with the 2 Noadai. So good job. It's premium Overlord, just nice, stable, and solid. Have defensive powers. So Good times. We've got Kuro Neko again, the AGC Premium. 4th place Harry deck. Squeezed DBT02 to test deck with the techs. Really realized how bad the ratios were after. Order did like nothing. New promo still has potential. Time Girati is a godsend. If I'm happy with this list, buy Divangasai and bring it. Yeah, okay. So Time Girati's worked well, but looks like this order not very good. This promo has potential, it seems. Yeah, pretty interesting list. Nice to see some overdress cards being used in these lists now. That's cool. Next we've got Marcelo Le Mans. This is B's card shop tournament for premium. First place was Nando playing Night Rose Azan. Yeah, Night Rose Azan. When we see like these Nairo lists, it's like 3 Nairos and 4 Beat. Yeah, good job. Unfortunately, the Granblue expert is not here. Second, we've got Marcelo with Brufus Castile. Oh, we've seen this. Brufus Castile. Dirty one-shot deck. And then third, we got Andre with Magus Witch. Oh, this is not the Magus. Magus Witch? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Magus. I thought it was Genesis Magus. I'll be like, what? What, man? I guess, well, there's no Magus in Genesis, right? So it has to be Uchichi. But I guess make a fat Mimi with multi-drive Mimi, right? But it's running the Tsukiyomi engine. Huh. Cool. Alright, good job. We've got Marcel Co. This is Divangasai Day 1 Premium. And this game, he played against Hyuga, Overlord, Hyuga, Blademaster Loop, Hyuga. And then in the finals, he played against the Blademaster 1. It's nice. It's great. So happy to have made it this far with this 5-minute list. Really? 5 minutes? Wow. This is like a Values? Like Values Thavis or something? So you don't get screwed by overtrigger? Big flex is what I didn't know what to call this list, so I named it DVGS Champion List and submitted it, and then he won. Yeah, you have to plan ahead, right? You have to believe that you can win, and then you will win. So cool. You see, he's also running Condensation, which is nice. So the new DBT card, the one that gets the orders back. Ah, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Is it just orders? Does it get everything back? Huh. But yeah, otherwise the rest of the deck pretty just looks very standard. Oh, Pursuit Assault, yeah, so we can't play the list. Yeah, the whole deck is kind of just a V deck, right? It's pretty much a V deck, and then you throw in some premium crits and then some strides and you're done. So pretty nice, pretty cool. And then lastly you got Say So. The Neko Cards Premium Monthly Championship came 2nd place. Had really fun with this. Looking forward to Clan Collection support. So he came 2nd with Chaos. Ugh, Chaos. Wow. If you want to build this list, it's coming out in Revival Collection. But then you'll be known as the Chaos player. But he is running Meleptin. I do respect anyone who runs with Meleptin because I like that card. That old school card. CB2 lock from hand. Yeah, nice. But he's only running 2 of this deleter. Is it Crushing Deleter? Yeah, I don't know. You need more of this, I think. You need more of this. This card is just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But good job. Good job. And lastly, we have 1 Discord submission this week, but this is from the same Neko card summon as well. This is the 1st place Aqua Force deck. So yeah, it's running some overdress cards too. It's got Ghost Chase. It's got the minus crit. It feels pretty memey, man. It's CB2. Feels pretty. It's got Husk. It's got the Rancor chain. That's cool. Oh, so yeah, I don't know. I like this. Playing this order is a pretty chat. It's like a big good move, right? Big good. Yeah, so it's like randomly whipping it out. Bam, -1 crit. Like, whoa, didn't expect that. Yeah, well, I guess there's like two Aqua Force decks that did well at Premium this week. One at Locals, one at Divangasai. So, like, Aqua Force? Is that a thing? Premium Aqua Force? Like, get out of here, Blade Master. So yeah, that's pretty cool. This one doesn't have Pursuit Assault because it's English, right? So yeah, so it even works in English. So good job. Yeah, that is all this week. Remember, if you want to submit decks, you can go to Twitter and post your deck list there and put a hashtag VG Top Decks. And if you don't have Twitter, you can go to our Discord and go to the VG Top Deck submission channel and place it there, and you'll be put at the last place like this. So yeah, that is all for this week. Hopefully it didn't go as long as the other ones, but it probably did. I'm really hungry now. Hopefully we'll see more lists tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. I think next week or so, I think English is coming out, right? So we're gonna start seeing more innovations, I guess. At least from the English side. So hopefully we can see that. Or is it like, since we do it on Thursday, I guess it'll be the week after. Yeah. Hope you guys stay safe, have fun, and see you guys in the next video. All right. Bye.